One of the most common things people say about Airbnb right now is this: the market is oversaturated. Too many listings, too much competition, and too late to start. And I understand why people think that, because you can open Airbnb, you can search for a city, and you'll see hundreds, if not thousands, of properties online. And your immediate thought is that there's no space left. But the reality is very different. We currently manage over 80 Airbnb units across the UK. We're in multiple cities, multiple markets, and we've got different types of properties. And what we consistently see is not a lack of demand, it's a lack of well-run properties. Most beginners are looking at the number of listings, but they're not looking at the quality of those listings online. And that's where the misunderstanding starts, because a huge percentage of properties on Airbnb are poorly presented, they're poorly priced, and they're also poorly managed as well, which means they don't actually perform well. So in this video, I want to break down this properly. Is Airbnb actually saturated in 2026? What's really going on behind the scenes? Why so many listings struggle? Why demand is still strong? And what actually separates a high-performing property over anything else? Because once you understand this properly, the whole market looks completely different. The first thing you need to understand is how most people measure competition. They open Airbnb, they type in a location, and they count the listings. But that's not how things work. Airbnb is not a flat marketplace where every listing gets equal visibility. It's a performance-based platform, which means that the best listings get shown more and the worst listings get buried on page 10. So the real question is not how many listings exist in an area, it's about how many of those listings are actually run properly and competitive. And the answer is far fewer than people think. From what we see across our portfolio, there's a massive gap in the market. On one side, you've got the casual host, people that have spare properties, people who listed a property once and just left it, and people who don't update the pricing at all, and people who don't respond quickly, and people who don't understand optimization of properties. And on the other side, you've got the professional operators, people running this like an actual business. They've got systems, they've got teams, and they've got data behind decision making. These two groups are not competing equally at all. Airbnb has evolved massively over the past few years. Early on, it was very simple. You could list a property with average photos, you could set a fixed price, and you could still get bookings. But that's not the case anymore. Now, Airbnb is a hospitality business, and if you don't treat it like one, you're not going to get results. The listings that perform well today all have the exact same fundamentals. Professional photography, they've got strong titles, clear descriptions, high review scores, fast response times, and dynamic pricing that adjusts every single day. These are not optional anymore in today's world. They're just the expected standards. And this is where most Airbnb listings fall short. We regularly look at markets where people say it's saturated. And what we actually see is listings with dark photos, unclear descriptions, no real attention to detail, and static pricing that doesn't change at all. That's not your competition, that's opportunity. Because when you take a well-run property and place it in the same market, the performance difference is huge. Same location, similar property, but completely different results. And we see this time and time again. Another key point is demand, because this is where the oversaturation argument completely breaks down. Demand for short-term accommodation has not disappeared. If anything, it's grown over time. Look at how people travel now. It's not just holidays. You've got people traveling for business. You've got contractors working on projects. You've got people relocating on a temporary stay. You've got insurance stays. You've got events. You've got conferences. The list goes on. People are staying for different reasons, different lengths of time, and all year round. And then you've got the comparison with hotels. Now, this is a massive one. Hotels are just very expensive, especially for groups. If 4 people travel together, they often need multiple rooms, and that can be easily £200 to £400 per night per person. Whereas an Airbnb property might be £150 to £250 for the entire space that sleeps all of them. So instantly, it's a more cost-effective solution. But it's not about the price, it's also about the experience. You get a kitchen, living area, multiple bedrooms, more space, and more privacy. Now, for families, groups, and longer stays, it's a better option for them. And this is why demand continues to stay strong, because Airbnb solves a problem that hotels just cannot solve. And we see this directly in our own portfolio at Evolve Stays. In Salford alone, we operate over 40 short-term rental units, all within 2 or 3 postcodes away, all in the same area. And across the year, they average around 75% occupancy every single year. That's consistent demand in a world what people would call a saturated market. So clearly the issue isn't demand, the issue is performance. Another important thing to understand is how Airbnb actually ranks their properties. Guests don't just scroll randomly and pick anything. They're influenced by multiple things such as the photos, reviews, the price, the location, and the overall presentation of your property. Airbnb pushes the best performing listings to the top and the worst right to the bottom. Those listings get more clicks, you get more bookings, and you get more reviews than anybody else. And that compounds over time. So if you're running a strong listing, you're not competing with every property that's in the area. You're just competing with the top tier market. And again, that group is much smaller than people think. Now, let's address the main misconception directly. Is Airbnb saturated? What most people are seeing is not saturation. It's just a large number of average listings, but there are far fewer properties being run properly. Another belief is that everybody already knows about Airbnb, but knowing about Airbnb exists and knowing how to operate it professionally are two completely different things. Most property owners don't know how to optimize a listing. They don't know how to price dynamically, and they also don't have the systems on the back end to run everything smoothly. Now, this is why operators exist in today's market. Another belief is that it was better to start years ago. And while it might have been a little bit easier, the opportunity hasn't disappeared. It's just shifted. Before, it was easier to get started. Now, it's about doing things properly. And in my opinion, actually creates a bigger gap between people who treat it seriously and people who don't treat it seriously. And that's where, in my eyes, the opportunity is today. So when you actually take a step back and look at the market properly, the picture becomes very clear. There's still strong demand. There's still opportunities to perform well in this market, but the standards have increased massively. You can't just list a property anymore. You have to operate it properly. So is Airbnb oversaturated in 2026? The answer is no. There are lots of listings, but there are fewer well-run properties. And that's where the opportunity sits for management companies like Evolve Stays. The people who are winning in this market are not the ones who got in early. They're the ones who run their business. The ones that run their properties like an actual business. They focus on systems, they focus on guest experience, they focus on performance. And that's how people are entering the industry today. Not by buying properties, but by partnering with landlords and managing their Airbnb units properly. So if you want to learn more about how this model works, we've created a free school community where we share training, we share systems, and the breakdowns of how to actually start an Airbnb business today. You can join through the link in the description and start learning how this actually works in practice. So if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to drop a like, drop a comment with your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one.